Co-op 64, if I've convinced you to watch this, please come on here, debate with us, Nick and Emily versus me and Connor on why Kingdom Hearts 1 is the better game. Thank you. That's all we have. Oh, hi.
Oh, hi. It's that time of the week.
The bye week, I guess.
Yeah, whatever. Whatever. Don't take this from me. I'm having fun.
Quick announcement. Quick little announcement that I've already made, but I'm just gonna make it here too. Our 1 year podiversary was like last week. Woo!
Yeah, I think it was like the 5th, maybe.
Yeah.
We started right around the 4th.
Yeah, so it was the first. We launched podcast. First episode was the first. So we're doing anniversary podcast stream this Saturday for like a long period of time. We're gonna play some Fall Guys. We might play that new chain game that's popping off for some reason.
Because Blake and I don't want to kill each other often enough, so we have to play a game that puts us in a situation where we want to murder each other, because that's not a naturally occurring situation.
You don't want to murder, you want to save each other. You have to protect each other to survive.
Right, I get that, but I'm saying in the process of trying to survive and win, you and I would get so frustrated with each other that we would want to murder each other.
If you haven't seen us play We Were Here, that was the situation.
We can attest to this. Like, you and I played Fall Guys a few days ago, and I sacrificed myself trying to pull you down into the abyss
and failed.
You know I'm not above killing myself in a video game to also try to kill you. So
fair assessment.
I think it would go well for us.
Fair assessment. I'll allow it.
We don't have much news this week. Not much going on in the video game world this week.
I am going to post one thing in the chat, but I haven't yet. For the anniversary stream, we have created a form.
I think that is the biggest news happening in the video game industry at the moment.
It's the only news that matters. I pinned a form. Go fill out that form. Like now. Please.
Do. Also, new podcast episode, new background.
Emily has upgraded.
I have. There's more stuff on the wall that you can't see because it doesn't fit into the camera, but I got my beautiful 2024 Fungalore from the McElroy brothers. Isn't it so cute? Our little mushroom god. We got my beautiful Zelda from Tears of the Kingdom that my friend made for me. Got Coffee Dad. And then over here I have, you can't see it, I have my Skyward Sword poster that Blake bought for me, so.
Your camera keeps refocusing for some reason. I don't know. It was like freaking out for a second as I was watching. I don't know why.
Oh, weird. I don't know why.
I'm going to figure out that black bar situation also, hopefully soon. Like, that's the only thing I have to figure out. I think I have a way to do it, but I just didn't have time to do it.
That's not on my OBS virtual camera, so that's not a me thing.
Oh, no, it's very much a Discord thing, and I think what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to increase your window, crop it in a different way, and then it will fit, but I also don't want you being too big. I gotta fucks with it and see what happens.
Okay.
But in the whole year we've been doing this podcast, Emily has only missed one podcast episode. There was this very weird stint. Well, she doesn't like to admit it happened, but she grew a beard for some reason. She changed her accent. She had very, very controversial opinions.
I was going to say, suddenly all my opinions changed. Skyward Sword was the worst Zelda. I had no interest in having a Wind Waker for Switch, which, if you know me, that is my entire personality, is getting Wind Waker on Switch, Nintendo. Oh, shoot. I moved things around. Where is he? Oh, no. Who am I if I don't have
Wind Waker
ready to go?
But to the
Do it, Nintendo. Come on, man. I'll give you my money. I'll give you Blake's money.
Whoa! Both of you to assume I have money.
Bring it. What are you doing? You know we all want it. Just bring it to Switch, man.
I'll buy it twice. I'll buy it
3 times.
Oh, I'll buy it 5 times.
I won't buy it 6 times, so I guess. I'll buy it for Christmas for every person I know. Even if they don't have a Nintendo Switch, they're just gonna get a copy of Wind Waker for Switch, and then they'll have to go out and buy a Switch. Nintendo, come on. So much money could be made here. Like, what are we doing?
I can just see you buying a copy for my mom.
Just being like, Rita,
take
come on, man. This is the one. If you were ever gonna play a video game, this is the one.
She wouldn't. The funny thing is, she does have a Switch. She found out she could play Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy on Switch, so she bought a Switch just to play those.
Just to play Wheel of Fortune, that is like an impressive level of commitment.
She stopped playing them, and my sister has since confiscated it. And my sister already has a Switch, but she does Animal Crossing manipulation with both. I don't know if she even still does that, but yeah, it's usually at my sister's house. Okay. It's very weird.
So yeah, I guess that's our big news today. We don't have much on the table, but today is I think that's for the best because we've got a lot to cover in today's episode. If you didn't see the episode title or you didn't check our Discord, today, ladies and gentlemen, it's finally happening. Blake and I are going to decide what is the best Kingdom Hearts game of all time. We're going to do an ultimate showdown of every Kingdom Hearts game out there. We're going to talk about the worlds, the story, the gameplay, the graphics, and we're going to decide which one reigns supreme, which one's the best of the best.
I'm going to preface this saying that we have put this to a scientific method. This is the de facto decision, and it is scientifically proven by science. And so whatever we end up with at the end of this, it's just the objective correct answer. There is no subjectivity here.
You can't change it. It's the ultimate Kingdom Hearts game. Nobody else can have a different opinion. You're right. If you have a different opinion, you have to legally change it based on what we've said. Because
if you don't,
we know everything about Kingdom Hearts.
If you don't, you go straight to hell. And in there, you will have to deal with Kingdom Hearts Riku for all eternity.
Okay, you know what? That's like, a lot of people would find that to be a good thing. They would be like, oh, me and Riku, man, together.
Even Kingdom Hearts 1 Riku,
though? You gotta give them some force. You gotta give them someone, like, they don't want to be with.
Fine. You have to be with... Who's absolutely annoying?
I should think of someone who's, like, really terrible, who's, like, really annoying. But I'm struggling, and I know there's somebody out there. You gotta be in hell with Phil from
no!
Get up on the Hydra's back.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, that specific line.
That's all he said. That's all he said. You're like, Phil, do you see a way out of here? And he's like, get up on the Hydra's back. Also, Phil, what do you want for your breakfast in hell today? Get up on the Hydra's back. That's all he's got.
Also, you have to watch the same cutscene of I'll never let you take Kyrie's heart. Over and over again.
Oh, you know what? I think the Not Clayton one is worse.
Oh, even Not Clayton.
Not Clayton. Not Clayton.
We've played these games a lot. We have problems.
We have opinions, and that's good because we are going to use our opinions to decide who is the ultimate Kingdom Hearts game.
Once again, scientifically proven by science.
Square Enix is going to make a post as soon as this episode's done, and they're going to post the results, and they're going to reveal to the public what's the best Kingdom Hearts game. So they're gonna go based off what we said. We've already messaged them. We told Square Enix this was happening. We got all the things together, and they're ready. They're like, they got a watch party going on at the studio. Everyone's sitting there like waiting to hear which one ended up being the best one. They're like so into this.
Tetsuya Nomura is writing a story just about us about this.
He says because we're doing this and because our opinions are so great, he's gonna let us decide which worlds are in Kingdom Hearts 4, even though it's probably already mostly made. So if you're here and you're part of this, throw a world idea in the chat, man. What world do you want to see in Kingdom Hearts 4, and why is it Princess and the Frog?
I'm sorry.
I mean, right?
Here's the thing. This world I want to see in Kingdom Hearts 4, not because I'm just gonna put this out there now. I don't want to see it because I particularly like this franchise. I don't like this franchise.
If you say Star Wars, I'm literally going to throw myself out the window.
No, not at all. It's not Star Wars. I don't want to see this world because I like the franchise at all. I just want to see what they do for the character designs for Sora, Donald, and Goofy. It is Cars.
I want to be Cars.
dude, how sick would it be?
I'm like trying to think of all the game or all the like the Disney Pixar movies that have come out since the last game or ones that they have included. I saw somebody say like Moana could be a good one if they wanted to replace Pirates of the Caribbean as like the ocean one, the ocean world. They could do Moana.
¿Por qué no los dos?
Why not both? I don't want both.
That's fair.
That's too much ocean, too much water. They went from The Little Mermaid to Pirates of the Caribbean, and now they can shift it to Moana.
I don't know if this is going to mean anything to you, but 7.5 out of 10, too much water. I don't know if that means anything to you.
That means nothing to me.
So with the re-release of Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire and the 3DS, the original is like mostly a water-based Pokemon game. And these are remakes of that. They were faithful remakes. And they said 7.5 out of 10 cons, too much water. It's like the biggest meme for a very long time.
I like that review. I like that. They're honest, man. They know how they feel about the game.
7.5 out of 10, too much water.
So yeah, let's dive in. We got a lot of ground to cover. We got a lot of games to talk about.
It's not.
I have a feeling 40 minutes of this podcast is going to be spent on the final game, and I already know which two games it's going to come down to.
I don't think it is, based on how the bracket kind of dished out. But we're going to see.
I mean, like, we can go based off the bracket, but we can also improvise. Like, we can move these around ourselves. I think the bracket for me was more of a way for us to see what games there are, so we know all of the games, and we can move games forward.
Yeah.
So if we're talking about, so I guess we'll start. This does actually feel like a good place to start because these are the first two games in the series, and I feel like Chain of Memories is essentially.
Oh wait, yours came up different than mine.
Oh yeah, mine was.
I shuffled it.
Oh okay, mine was Chain of Memories and Kingdom Hearts 1.
Let me go based off the original then. I think that's a more fair assessment. Let me just click the link that I sent you. Technical difficulties, I apologize.
What am I hearing?
What? What do you mean? What are you doing?
I'm hearing an ad for breast cancer.
I'm not even hearing it. That makes it even funnier.
Where is it?
Just mute the tab. Or mute the site. Go to the top, right click the tab and say mute site.
I've been saved. It's gone.
Let's see. All Kingdom Hearts games. It kept it shuffled for me. Actually, you know what? You know what would help? If I do this on my... I'm so smart. Yep, that fixed it. Okay, we're going to go based off this. That way it lines up better. Guys, I promise I'm really good at this. I'm like... really good at it.
Though, like it's coming across like you're not.
You know what, Em?
Maybe not good at it.
You can shut the fuck up. Okay. Yes. Starting with the de facto first two, Kingdom Hearts 1, and this is specifically Chain of Memories. I don't know if regular Chain of Memories is on here.
It is on here.
I don't know if it is.
I'm checking. Hold on, let me look. Because I think those should just kind of be put together.
They're two different games. They are, I'm telling you right now, experience-wise, they are two different games. And one is objectively better than the other. Anybody who thinks Chain of Memories is better than vanilla Chain of Memories, you're very wrong. You are the most wrong. The 3D version of Chain of Memories is awful. Vanilla Chain of Memories, Game Boy Advance. Let's go, baby.
Okay, so let's talk about the first Kingdom Hearts versus Chain of Memories. Obviously, I'm going to pick the first Kingdom Hearts. I know you were going to pick the first Kingdom Hearts.
Absolutely.
I know you're going to pick the first Kingdom Hearts. But let's talk about it a little.
Yes.
You like Chain of Memories more than I like Chain of Memories. I don't find the gameplay to be nice. I don't like the card system. I hate the card system. It is not anything for me. I despise it. The worlds are essentially the exact same worlds you go to in Kingdom Hearts 1, so there's nothing there exciting for me. The story is fun, I'll admit. It introduces new characters, it introduces the organization, but you get to play as both Riku and Sora, but not enough to make me like it.
Devil's advocate real quick. I'm with you. I agree mostly. But
Okay.
Devil's Advocate, it introduced Axel.
Okay, so you put me in a good spot because I do really love Axel. That is a known fact about me. He's my favorite Kingdom Hearts character. And honestly, that is enough to push it through for me. Kingdom Hearts 1 does not have Axel.
It's not beating Kingdom Hearts 1 overall. I think we know this, but
we know it's not. But like, if you asked me like what the one good thing to come out of Chain of Memories would be, it would be the fact that Axel exists. So
hashtag justice for Axel. Even though he doesn't have any redeeming qualities in Chain of Memories, other than just existing. Oh, and killing Vexen, because that's hysterical.
Yeah. Doesn't he also say "damn" at one point? Like,
I don't remember. I don't think so. I think I remember.
I think he does. I think he swears at one point. I think he was the only character to swear in the original.
I don't remember. In like the Game Boy version?
Yeah, because I have a friend who is very, okay, so he doesn't say "damn," he says "hell," and he was the only character to curse like that.
Oh God!
But they took it out of the Chain of Memories.
Oh, then that's even more reason why the Game Boy version is better. God.
Which, yeah, so people had issues with taking that away. So again, we gotta go Kingdom Hearts 1, right? Like, this isn't really open for debate.
And plus, the counter to Axel existing is Marluxia and Vexen also exist, and they suck.
Vexen is the absolute worst, so you're right. Like, we get Axel, but at what cost, really? Also, you have to play as Riku for a part of it, and you have to do math. It's a bad game. It's just a bad game.
Round 2, I think this is also a no contest one. However, it's significantly closer.
Yeah, significantly. Wait, you did not just say that.
No,
you did not just say significantly
so listen,
closer.
No, like, it is still a wide gap, but it's less wide, significantly less wide than the Kingdom Hearts versus Chain of Memories gap.
Well, it's not. Get out of here.
You think 358 is better than you think Chain of Memories is better than 358 over 2?
I think they're pretty on par.
Did you play the 358 game or just watch the cutscenes?
I just watched the cutscenes.
Okay, so hold on. Totally different world then.
Okay, what about the gameplay was good?
There was no cards. So therefore the gameplay is
significant. Card system.
Huh?
I thought you liked the card system.
I liked it on the Game Boy to an extent, and once I learned how to do it, I liked it more. It's still not my favorite. Like, it's still, once again, like I told you, Chain of Memories is still very low for me in terms of like Kingdom Hearts games go, as far as Kingdom Hearts games go, but I can appreciate it a lot more now. 358 is better than Chain of Memories solely because, one, the story will gut you. The story will absolutely gut you. It is the saddest story.
Better.
You can't even say just better. It is the saddest story out of all of them. Shion?
I don't play for that one.
Really? Oh my god.
Like, Shion, like, Roxas and Shion were never really my faves. I don't feel that emotional toward them.
Oh man, no, dude. That game tore at my little...
That one did not feel that impactful. I mean, like, Axel losing all his friends was more impactful for me than anything else.
Oh my god, no. It gutted me from the inside out. It hurt, especially because at the end, everyone just... Shion, it's like she never existed. I mean, she technically didn't, but, you know.
I don't know. I just don't really care about her.
Then,
I have ice cream with.
Spoilers for Kingdom Hearts 3. Then she comes back in Kingdom Hearts 3, and oh my god!
Again, she came back in Kingdom Hearts 3, and I was like, there she is. There she is.
I mean, once again, it's no question. Kingdom Hearts 2 is significantly better. The battle system's better. The worlds are better. I think the stories are comparable because 358 is so impactful. At least for most people, is impactful unless you're Emily.
All right.
But I mean,
Kingdom Hearts 2 also has that really... Okay, so here's what I really like about Kingdom Hearts 2 as compared to Kingdom Hearts 1. Kingdom Hearts 1...
We're not even talking about Kingdom Hearts 1.
No, I'm just talking about, like, Kingdom Hearts 2 in general. But This is also a reference to Kingdom Hearts 1. Kingdom Hearts 2 I think the story is more unique and more original as compared to Kingdom Hearts 1, where I feel like it still has a lot of ties into like Disney.
I disagree. I feel
like Kingdom Hearts 2 steps into its own way more with the organization, with the nobodies, than Kingdom Hearts 1. I guess we can save this conversation for Kingdom Hearts 1 and versus Kingdom Hearts 2 when we get to it eventually. But
eventually is the keyword.
I think Kingdom Hearts 2's story is a really strong story because it is what takes Kingdom Hearts into its own world and its own tales outside of the Disney narrative.
I disagree, but we'll get there when we get there. That's going to be our biggest. That's going to be our biggest argument. I'm telling you right now, that's going to last the majority of the episode.
Probably.
Kingdom Hearts 2 is. Oh god, this one is another sweep because it is one of my top 3 favorite Kingdom Hearts games and my literal least favorite of all time Kingdom Hearts game.
It's got to be Birth by Sleep.
Yeah, let me just talk about Recoded for 2 seconds.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
Yeah, Recoded, one, the gameplay is worse than Chain of Memories, and it's not card-based. It's bad. It is a DS game. It was a mobile game in Japan only, then it came to the DS. Nomura made it canon. And somehow this is the only canon game that does not need to exist because it had no impact to the story at all. Riku, they put bugs in him. It's the only redeeming...
They put bugs in him!
It's the only redeeming quality of that game. There is no purpose...
Pretty good line, though.
There is no purpose for Recoded existing. I even have gone back. I've rewatched cutscenes. I'm like, okay, this has to be important and tie in somewhere. It really doesn't. It makes no difference. It's exploring the reason why all of Jiminy's journal goes away for obvious reasons, and
nobody cares. Like, there's some stuff in games that don't need to be explained. Like Sora having to start over at 1 again without a Jiminy's journal. It's like, we just get it. That's just a video game mechanic that has to exist, right? Like.
I mean, it was the whole tie-in to, of course, Chain of Memories and why the journal did just say thank Naminé, and that's it. It explains why Sora doesn't know who Roxas is or who the organization is or Axel or anything.
As compared to Birth by Sleep, which is an incredible game from beginning to end. You want to talk about, like, I mean, you were just talking about how the 358/2 has, like, the saddest storyline, in your opinion. This one, for me, is the saddest storyline.
It's very close. I will give you that.
I love Terra, Aqua, and Ventus. The fact that each of them wanted was to be together so badly, and they each got torn apart into different directions. Like, there was no scenario where they were going to end up together, but they fought for it so hard, and I love Terra as a character. His whole storyline that he just tried so hard, but he was always making the wrong choices. Even when he tried to make the right ones, he always made the wrong ones. Aqua just wanted to keep her friends with her, but them constantly pushing her away because she's succeeding where they're failing, and she is staying loyal to who she's supposed to be and what masters are supposed to be, and not ending up pushing them away. Ventus desperately trying to hold on to them both, but like chasing after Terra because he feels like Terra is the one who's slipping from him when really it's Aqua we really lose in the end. Losing Master Ericus, honestly, Terra coming back at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3 was probably the biggest moment for me, realizing that he was the guardian with Ansem all along that had been like keeping just the line Terra says at the end where he's like, one day I will set this right. And then you fight him in Kingdom Hearts 2. Like, it's just... they set up so much in Birth by Sleep. And they really... I think their storyline, the Aqua Ventus Terra storyline, is embedded much more throughout the... And I think it's just done better than the Axel, Xion, Roxas trio.
They are both up there for me. In terms of best storyline in all of Kingdom Hearts, if we're only talking storyline and nothing else, gameplay out of it, most impactful is 358 and Birth by Sleep. And Birth by Sleep does take it. You are absolutely right. It does take it, but it's very close for me because I think Birth by Sleep is impactful, but also incredibly important to the world building. 358, somewhat important, has some explanations, but not nearly as important of what Birth by Sleep sets up.
If Xion had never come back, if Roxas had never come back after they both, like, like the story really wouldn't have been impacted. Us getting them back in the end was kind of like a gift to the players who really liked those characters, and not so much like this is critical to the story. Whereas getting Aqua back out of the Land of Darkness, getting Ventus away from Vanitas, waking him back up, getting Terra separated from Ansem, like in Xehanort, like that is so critical to the story. And then like at the same time, the Xion, Axel, Roxas triangle of friendship doesn't feel like a full triangle to me. It feels like Axel and Xion are both like in love with, friends with Roxas, and Roxas is like, these are my two friends. They're not friends with each other, but they are friends with me.
I love the little arm thing you just did. The raise your arm thing.
I got one on each hand, but they themselves do not hold hands together. Axel and Xion do not hold hands. No. But Roxas will hold hands with Xion, and on the other hand, he will have Axel. Whereas I do truly feel like Terra, Ventus, and Aqua were like we are all holding hands in this circle.
Granted, this is where a lot of people give Riku praise for this, but Terra deserves the most praise for this, I think. Where Terra is a dumb boy, but he tries to fix his dumb boy mistakes. Riku whines about his dumb boy mistakes and acts like he's trying to fix it, but doesn't. Justice for Terra.
The difference is, too, Terra has good intentions with what he's doing. Like,
yes.
Terra doesn't realize he's choosing the path of darkness when he does things. Like, he's being manipulated, and, like, yes, his actions are his own in the end, but he thinks he's doing what's right. He thinks he's on the side of what's right. Whereas, there's no way you're telling me Riku knew he was doing the right thing. He knew he was being a little turd. Like, and he accepted it willingly. He was such a jerk.
He was so
Sora.
fast to jump
into that. And then, like,
his
redemption arc really doesn't, like, in my opinion, his redemption arc doesn't exist. He, like, cries his way through Kingdom Hearts 2 and is like, I'm so ugly.
You can't look at me.
And Terra literally is a shell. I mean, like, part of him is the shell out in the field, and then the other part of him is with Xehanort. And he's, like, fighting his battle to get out, and then he does, like, come back in the end and, you know, fight with them. Like, I don't know. Terra's redemption arc is much more meaningful to me than Riku's.
1,000% agree, because Riku's does not exist. And
also, can we talk about the gameplay system for Birth by Sleep for a minute? So, Birth by Sleep, I will say doing all of the worlds multiple times was kind of annoying.
Yeah. They could have
shorter. Like, they're shorter, so you get through them faster.
What they could have done. I understand why they did it this way. I understand why you have the 3 different stories and the 3 different gameplays. It could have made it one playthrough and then cut where they needed to between the characters, but I guess that takes away some of the open worldness that Kingdom Hearts provides.
How they did it.
So
I don't know if I'd want them to do it differently, but it definitely can be a negative.
And then Birth by Sleep has its own version of Fortune Street, which is a Japanese version of Monopoly in it. So
never played that. I think I tried it once and could not grasp what I was doing. It was like, forget it.
Here's the thing. Same until I bought Fortune Street for the Wii, and me and Allison have played it a couple times. I'm like, I could probably go tackle this now. I think I understand this. I figured this out.
I will say, this was something that was confusing for me when I first started playing the game, but I got really into it as the game went on, and that was the melding command system. Like, leveling up the commands and then melding them together to create better commands was really satisfying and fun. Like, I had a lot of fun experimenting with those in a way that I never did with, like, the deck building in Chain of Memories. I had way more fun melding commands and making, like, a really good command deck.
I'm trying to remember if that came in 358 first or if that came in it came in 358 came out first, so it came into 358 first.
Okay.
But yeah, that's
anyway,
the 2 places.
Either way, I still really like it in Birth by Sleep. I think it's a really fun mechanic. So, like, the actual gameplay of Birth by Sleep, I think it's also very good. And I like it's fun that you get to, like, experiment with different characters who have different fighting styles and different keyblades and different commands, because it, like, freshens it up to, like, you don't get stuck with well, this is my favorite keyblade and these are my favorite commands, because you're switching characters. And Birth by Sleep is just such a phenomenal game.
Downside to it is that it makes the platinum incredibly frustrating.
Yeah, I actually know that's one of the Kingdom Hearts platinums I never got.
I'm gonna go back to it, but I'm gonna die trying. It's gonna be so annoying. Oh no, nothing's gonna be worse than me trying to platinum Chain of Memories again.
I don't know why you would ever do that to yourself.
Because I'm a masochist.
Fair enough.
The next one is probably another watch. We're not going to get into the very interesting ones until like we get into the next round of brackets. Point two, Birth by Sleep, a Fragmentary Passage versus the back cover movie. The back cover movie sets up information in Kingdom Hearts 3 and what's going to happen now that the Xehanort saga is over, but because I don't know what's coming of this and it hasn't piqued my interest yet, and because of Xigbar being Xigbar, Point two, Birth by Sleep, a Fragmentary Passage, at least is somewhat interesting. Is it a very big story? No. Is it important? Somewhat. It explains a little bit, like why Mickey doesn't have a shirt on. I will say it did introduce us to how the gameplay of Kingdom Hearts 3 was going to feel before we got Kingdom Hearts 3, and right then and there I knew I was going to love Kingdom Hearts 3 because it felt so good to play as Aqua through it.
I will say, if we're talking, one of them is a game and one of them is not a game.
Yes.
So it automatically goes to the one that is a game. I like Birth by Sleep, Fragmentary Passage. It's fun. It's nice to see Aqua's perspective and like what's going on with her. And you're right, it's not anything revolutionary. It's not anything incredible. But I think that was also the first Kingdom Hearts game that kind of stepped it up graphically as well.
It was.
That I was kind of excited about. I was like, ooh. It's kind of nice. Like, you're right. It did introduce you to how Kingdom Hearts 3 was going to be, and that was good. It was a nice little interlude between main games, but it wasn't anything exceptional.
It was technically a tech demo for Kingdom Hearts 3 and using Unreal Engine for the first time.
It did, however, have costumes.
It did have costumes.
Big points for that one for me. It did have fun little costumes. I could wear cat ears and get a fun little skirt. So you know what? It gets points for that too.
Weird note, it has no platinum trophy for some reason. It just has regular trophies.
Yeah, that is one I am like 90% done with, but still haven't beaten.
Yeah, same. I've beaten the whole game, but I haven't gotten all the trophies.
I beat in the game, but I haven't gotten trophies. That's what I meant.
Oh shit, we have to go over here. Why is it started keeping us on this side?
I can't talk to you. You're gonna have to take the lead on this one. I played some of the mobile game. I did not beat the mobile game, and I have not touched Melody of Memory. This one does not feel very important in the grand scheme of things. So you get 2 minutes to talk about it.
Hold on. I gotta zoom in because this thing didn't do exactly what I wanted. Oh shit, that was a mistake. I'm gonna have you talk about this. The mobile game, Kingdom Hearts Mobile, that is just coded. That is coded. It's just the previous version of Recoded. It doesn't matter. Melody and Memory was a fun rhythm game that should have been left as a rhythm game and not made canon. But god damn it, Nomura, stop. Why did you make it canon? There's only 15 minutes of important dialogue in that entire... How long did it take me? It took me 20 hours to platinum.
I watched that 15 minutes of dialogue, and I can't even tell you what happened.
It's essentially Kyrie's reaching into her heart and, plunging out the darkness.
Her out of it.
Yeah, so she can no longer be a damsel. A prediction, this is just early prediction, Kingdom Hearts 4, there is going to be a significant Kyrie section, and she will not be a damsel. I'm calling it.
I hope so, man. We'll see. I would love that.
I'm calling it. Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memories, it's no contest. It is no contest. That's an easy... It's not going to last.
It's not going to last. I know what it's going... I see what it's going up against. I can tell you.
Next is Kingdom Hearts 3, and what is that, Union Cross?
Yeah, it's Union Cross.
Okay, cool. This is, once again, another gimme. Union Cross was a mobile game. I didn't even watch the cutscenes. I watched explanation videos because it was a mobile gacha game that was made canon.
I hate that. I actually hate when they make those games canon. It's because then I have to care about it, and I don't play mobile games. At least not enough to care about this. To not put in time and energy and effort you had to get the story and the gameplay. I just don't spend that much time playing games on my phone.
Here's the worst part of it. Let's say you were coming into this tomorrow. You were coming to the Kingdom Hearts series and you want to experience everything. You can't even play Union Cross or Dark Road anymore. They're gone.
It's just bad. Let's just say that. It's bad. And Kingdom Hearts 3, I adore that game. I adore so much about that game. Almost everything about that game I adore.
Yeah.
It is. It has to go. I mean,
it's her favorite.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just such a good game.
Kingdom Hearts 3, I will go deeper into it when it comes up against something difficult, which probably won't be until the end. Go deeper into
it. We don't have to talk about that now.
Yeah, but oh my god. I do have my gripes with it. I don't think it's it's not one of my favorites. It's on my top. It's in my top.
I swear, if you utter the sentence, "It's a good game, but it's not a good Kingdom Hearts game,"
I stopped saying that. I changed my stance on that. Jesus. The next one's another wash. It's Dark Road versus Remind DLC, which I don't know why they didn't combine them. The Remind DLC is just better in general.
Dark Road?
Yeah, Dark Road was the other mobile game.
No, Dark Road's the one below.
Oh, what's the one above?
I have no freaking clue. Just pick one.
It's another. It's Union. It's another cross thing. It's another mobile thing. It doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. I mean, story wise, it does. Watch the explanations on YouTube. There's a dude who does like a whole hour-and-a-half long explanation of Union Cross and Dark Road and all the mobile stuff, and it makes sense and it's very helpful. I don't know why it exists, other than Square Enix is like, we need a gacha game, and Nomura's like, bet I'm gonna make this canon, and it's not very good. But that's my take on it.
Yeah, we gotta pick the DLC though, right?
No, Remind DLC. I mean, there's not a whole lot of story except for the Yazura stuff, which I thought was pretty cool.
We did get to play as a combo Kairi Sora Archie combined, and we become angels together in maybe the coolest boss fight in all of Kingdom Hearts. So it gets a lot of points for me for that one, but it loses a lot of points for being a $30.
If just one person in your family has type 1 diabetes, your kids are up to 15 times more likely to get you. Don't wait until symptoms start. Spot type 1 early with one test before they need insulin. Screen it like you need it.
You have to.
Oh, it's gone now. I think it's the back one. Oh my gosh, that's going in podcast. That's just too funny. No, hashtag not sponsored. Hashtag not sponsored.
Not sponsored. But what is this one at the bottom? The Kingdom Hearts experience?
Yeah, neither of these are game. Well, Dark Road is a game. Kingdom Hearts experience is a concert. So pass.
The only game we need from this right side is Kingdom Hearts 3. Let's just be real about that. I think we should just combine Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind into Kingdom Hearts 3 together because they're the same game. I think it's weird they did those differently.
Okay, I'm just going to go through this. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts 3 Sweeps Melody and Memories, Remind sweeps, and then Kingdom Hearts 3 obviously is the same as DLC. We knew that. We're going back to the other side of the bracket.
But I do want to say we're carrying, because we're picking Kingdom Hearts 3, but we are carrying the DLC with it.
Yeah, the DLC goes with it. They're the same thing. As much as I don't like that it was DLC, I can put that aside and make that an argument for that.
They are the same game, and they're all the same story, so they go together. So let's go back to where this is gonna start to get complicated because we've narrowed it down to 4. It's the 4 everyone knew it was going to be narrowed down to: Kingdom Hearts 1, Kingdom Hearts 2, Kingdom Hearts 3, and Birth by Sleep.
Well, yeah. Before we do that, I'm going to straight up say Birth by Sleep. We can already do this. Birth by Sleep sweeps a Fragmentary Passage. We can already just move that ahead.
Oh, I completely forgot about Fragmentary Passage. I forgot about it. Fragmentary Passage was cool, but it was a 2-hour experience. It's not that cool.
It didn't matter in the grand scheme of things. It's fine. But now this is going to be the longest part of our conversation. There's going to be a lot of back and forth.
I think the final one's going to be the longest part of our conversation, but this one is going to be a big one as well. And I feel like we're going to have a really hard time here because it's really just going to come down to difference of opinion.
I know. Our tier list might look different because here's the thing. I'm going to pick Kingdom Hearts 1 over Kingdom Hearts 2, and it's barely. For me, it's barely. For Emily, it's a sweep. For me, it's for Kingdom Hearts 2 over Kingdom Hearts 1. I'm assuming it's a sweep.
A sweep. I love them both. I love them both dearly. So let's talk about this a little more in depth.
Yeah.
So let's look at the worlds. Right? Because let's look at what makes each of these games. I think I like the worlds in Kingdom Hearts 2 better. I think Twilight Town is a more interesting and better hub world than Traverse Town. I like that you get Roxas in the beginning. I like I like that you have the boss fights, like the Disney boss fights, but then you have like the organization boss fights as well. For me, like Kingdom Hearts 2 just adds an extra layer to the story, because Kingdom Hearts 1, you're introduced to some concepts of what's going on, but for the most part, it's a classic like, the 6 princesses of heart need to be rescued, and you go to each of the Disney worlds and you rescue a princess of heart. And I feel like it's more like straightforward in playing through the story of each of these like Disney worlds than it is in the sequel. I feel like they give you a little more freedom. They like get a little more creative with each of the Disney worlds and like the stories that they imbued into them than they do in Kingdom Hearts 1.
And here's my opinion on Kingdom Hearts 1's worlds being better than Kingdom Hearts 2's. Some of it I know. It's 50-50 depending on the world we're talking about between the two games, because I mean, I can automatically say Kingdom Hearts 2 has their version of Atlantica, which is trash, but I'm not gonna, that's a cheap blow and I'm not gonna go there. Okay. Cheap blow. True. Not gonna go there. Here's my only issue with Kingdom Hearts 2's worlds. And I've never heard anybody talk about this, and I feel like not a lot of people are going to share this opinion with me, and I know it's probably not popular. So I need to get that out of the way before arguments ensue.
Okay.
I felt that the Kingdom Hearts 2 worlds were smaller in scale. There were less areas to go, where Kingdom Hearts 1's worlds felt larger, more massive. Given, in some cases, it really depended, and some of them got convoluted, like Monstro. Oh my god, Monstro gets convoluted.
Yeah.
But I felt they were much smaller in scale, and then instead of making them bigger and making the stories last longer, they kind of force you to go do them again, and I don't love that. It felt like recycling for the sake of adding content that they didn't need to add when they could just expand it. For me,
I prefer the Kingdom Hearts 2 system of doing things, because, and I find this in other games as well, like I find this in Zelda and other that have like this move from world to world, move from temple to temple. If you put me in one world for too long, I'm bored. I want to make progress. I want to like be able to go to another world, like, because once you enter Kingdom Hearts world, like for the most part, like you kind of have to just like finish it out. Like maybe you can go back to Traverse Town, but like there's no more exploring, like, right? Essentially you have to put like side quests and like whatever you're doing on hold to do this entire world. And I liked that Kingdom Hearts 2 broke them up a bit and let you jump around a bit more and do more. I like that system better. I disagree about Kingdom Hearts 1's worlds feeling bigger than Kingdom Hearts 2.
Once again, I knew it wasn't popular, but that's fair.
But maybe that's because, I don't know, maybe that's because I just don't like them as much. I don't, and I can't remember if Kingdom Hearts 2 had it. Hold on, I'm looking at the list of worlds.
Well, while she's pulling that up, the other big thing for Kingdom Hearts 1, it felt like the way the world building worked and the creativity was more for me. Like, there was more interesting things. In Wonderland, right? For a good example, in Wonderland, they had the different flowers. You give them things that make you grow. They give you items. Like, it felt like Wonderland because, you know, there were plants talking. There's a lot of weird things happening. In Deep Jungle, you were able to swing on vines and go down, you know, the log like a slide, as well as it being the whole Kingdom Hearts type thing. You were able to climb trees. In Halloween Town, you were able to go into gravestones and get for different areas. There was ghost mini games. It felt more with the theming.
Exists within Kingdom Hearts 2. I mean, Kingdom Hearts 2, you turn into a lion and you can run differently, and you can like jump on things that you wouldn't be able to jump on before. And space paranoids, you can like glitch through different systems. Timeless River, you're black and white. Like, there's a lot of like that stuff that exists within.
I don't feel like color palettes are the same thing, though. Like, once again, where am I getting
color palettes specifically? But like, there's like different gameplay styles based on like what world you're in.
I don't feel it nearly as much. I don't feel it nearly.
For me, like Wonderland, like you mentioned Wonderland as an example. That one is one like that. I guess is actually a prime example of why I don't enjoy the Kingdom Hearts 1 worlds as much, because that one like drops you in and it's like Alice is on trial. Why is Alice on trial? Go find 4 pieces of evidence. Okay, and then it's just random luck if you're going to get the right piece, and then you do a boss fight, and then it's like, that's... I feel like there was more original story in the second games and in the worlds, where they like were more committed to fleshing out the worlds and making each world like more, we're coming in and helping it, than like play through the story. And you get the villain at the end, the boss fight at the end of every 1 in Kingdom Hearts 1 for the most part was going to be the villain from the Disney movie. Whereas like
in some cases, but yes.
2, it was kind of a toss up. Who were you going to get? Or were you going to get 2 boss fights? Like, and you got like the Door of Darkness stuff going on. You have the you have the organization going on. You have to go like I actually really liked getting to go to the Disney Castle in this one and do more with like King Mickey and like Queen Minnie. There's skateboards to ride around. Like, I don't know. I just really like doing those too. I think this one's going to be a difference of opinion, but we have to pick one at the end of the day.
I know, but I mean, my argument with that is that, yeah, you're fighting the Disney villain, but you also fight the Disney villain for most of the Kingdom Hearts 2 worlds until you go back, and that's when it's different. You fight Shere Khan and Mulan. You fight Scar
but like you get a whole nother level to it. Like, so basically you get the same thing you get in Kingdom Hearts 1, but then you also get extra story content and boss fights.
It felt for me personally, it felt more tedious. Now, here's my only and we're gonna put
wait. Wait, Kingdom Hearts 2 feels more tedious for you. When in Kingdom Hearts 1, the first 3 worlds are go collect 4 items, swing from vines, and get lost in the deep jungle because you are swinging from vines and falling constantly.
There's a shortcut. You don't even have to do that if you don't want to.
Do a like Olympus Coliseum, which is incredibly repetitive and tedious.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
And then you do it like Agrabah or Monstro, and then Monstro you get lost in, and it's so tedious.
You're talking to the dude who actually loves Monstro and loves Halloween Town and loves that. I love every single world except for Atlantica in both games.
That's the only world. Atlantica's one of the only worlds I really like. That was the one they felt like they actually did something unique with.
Okay, you can't say that when Hollow Bastion exists. Hollow Bastion in Kingdom Hearts 1 is
about the Disney world. Hollow Bastion is an original world.
Yeah, I know. Which is why I'm jumping to the next. That's why I wanted to jump to the next part. Is the only biggest argument I have for Kingdom Hearts 1 is the two worlds that are not Disney worlds. Traverse Town and Twilight Town are a wash for me. They're a wash. They're about equal. I love them both. Fair. Hollow Bastion in Kingdom Hearts 1 is incredible. It's massive in scale. There's so much to do. There are so many secrets. I learn something new about it every time. And I have a blast doing it. And on top of that, the end of the world is exactly what it sounds like. And it feels like the perfect end to the Kingdom Hearts 1 game based on what's going on. It is desolate. Depending on what worlds you seal, you have to go into those ones that you don't and actually fight all the enemies. That's something I just learned, and I played this game over 20 times. That part is nuts. There's a final gauntlet at the end that you have to pass before you can even get to Ansem, and it's
hated that.
It feels like a true test of everything you've learned combined into one. Kingdom Hearts 2 does have the 1,000 Heartless challenge, but it doesn't come in comparison to that for me. The end of the world, the world that never was, don't get me wrong, it's fun, and the boss rush, I guess, is fine. It does not feel as impactful to me.
See, like, that feels way more impactful to me than End of the World, because, like, okay, I'll give you this. See, End of the World's aesthetic is very cool.
Yeah.
Like, the desolation, like, the part you're talking about being desolate, like, that is very, like, I really like the aesthetic of the End of the World. World Never Was, That Never Was more impactful for me, because End of the World That Never Was, it feels like you're killing people. Like, you have to tell yourself that they're not real people, right? Like, these are people who never were. This is a world that never was.
Yeah.
But, like, at the end of the day, you're facing down people, and you're killing them one by one, and having to hear, like, their tragic tale or whatever. Whereas, like, in the End of the World, you got, like, the behemoth dude and, like, the angels, and there's not, like, that level of you're facing down, like, real people. And that always, like, that, I don't know, like, I just really like the nobodies. I think they're so interesting and so complex, like, what makes a person real, what doesn't make a person real, like, when does a person become enough of a person to be real? Like, Axel, Roxas, Xion, they loved each other, they had this friendship, they were, by all intents and purposes, real people, but they weren't, they were nobodies, and so therefore they didn't have the right to live. And I, like, just think...
This is not Detroit Become Human, by the way.
It's not Detroit Become Human, but, like, on par, like, it's just such an interesting topic to explore, and it makes all the decisions that makes everything feel so much heavier, right? Because like you're killing people and you're deciding if their lives have any value as nobodies, and that's kind of where Roxas and Naminé all fall in this. And then Axel eventually, it's like, we're not people, but we have friends and we have people we care about, but we don't have a right to live and exist because. But then what about the people we were? What about the people we were that went? I don't know. It introduces a level to the story and like a depth to the story that I didn't feel in Kingdom Hearts. Like, Kingdom Hearts 1 is a fun game and it has a good story, but it's not a deep story.
I wholeheartedly disagree. But once again,
the whole Kingdom Hearts 1 story is 3 kids want to leave their town, they get pulled into a journey, and they have to save the 7 Princesses of Heart, who the 7 Princesses of Heart never really... I mean, they, like, help out in the end, and they're like, here's the magical heart thing, but they never actually get involved in the story, or, like... They don't... I mean, because they're these protected Disney characters, right? Like, Disney's not going to let you go wild with them, but, like...
What do you think they were used for in the Hollow Bastion? They were used...
Like,
they were used to open the the end of the world.
Right, they're used. They are not characters. They don't really interact with the storyline. They don't have their, like, plots going on. They don't have, like,
Kyrie
dialogue. They don't really interact with the other characters. They're used. They're items. Like, they show up and they open the portal and they're like, we did it! Like, you know, like, they're not...
Once again, I know I'm in the minority. There's no coming out of it. I know I'm in the minority. Gameplay-wise, Kingdom Hearts 2 has it. For me, theming and all that, and just enjoyability for me, Kingdom Hearts 1 has it. I know I'm going to lose this. I'm not going to... In my heart of hearts, I know it's Kingdom Hearts 1, but I also know I'm in the minority. So I'm willing to move Kingdom Hearts 2, and I'm telling you, it's incredibly close. But...
It is incredible. I will say, I do love Kingdom Hearts 1. I think Kingdom Hearts 1 is a phenomenal game. And... I think Kingdom Hearts 1 could even be a really nice, like, self-contained game. Well,
that's because that's what it was supposed to be. Remember, Kingdom Hearts 1 was created...
At, like, the comparison of world to world, beat to beat, of, like, would I rather have to do, like, deep jungle... Like, if you handed me a controller and you're like, you have to go to deep jungle right now, or you can go to, like, Beast Castle, I guess I'm going to go to... But, like, that's the thing for me, though, like, we're having this argument, and we're talking about, like, which worlds we like better, and which game did the worlds better. For me, neither one of them wins at the end of the day, in terms of which worlds I thought were the most fun and interesting and, like, fleshed out. So, like...
I mean... We'll get to that argument.
Castle, or do you want to go to Deep Jungle? And I'll be like, can I go to Olympus Coliseum in Kingdom Hearts 3? Can I go to a good world?
Can we go to the only good Olympus Coliseum?
The ones that actually are interesting.
I don't hate Olympus.
Like, really annoying to get through.
I don't hate Olympus Coliseum in Kingdom Hearts 1 until Hades Cup. I think that's the point where I was like, this is too much.
It's too long. It's too long.
It is. I do think Ice Titan was a fun one fight, and then of course Sephiroth, but. But yeah, I'm
they're both just really good games. I mean,
I'm conceding because I know I'm in the minority, and I know
this one as well. Like, they're both just like really. They're both really good.
Are we gonna put this to a coin flip?
I think we have to put it to a coin flip because, like, they're the same. Like, right? There's nothing graphically different about them. The gameplay style is very similar, except for Kingdom Hearts 2 introduces the different forms,
and the combat's much faster.
Okay, sure. The worlds are pretty comparable. The story, I think Kingdom Hearts 2 does get it for story. But there is something, like, simple and sweet about Kingdom Hearts 1 story, even
simple
if it's not
clean. Simple and clean.
Alright, call it heads or tails.
Heads for Kingdom Hearts 1, tails for Kingdom Hearts 2.
Alright, do it.
The fact that you said simple, you didn't say simple and clean, I'm so mad at you. Fuck!
I'm sorry.
Kingdom Hearts 2-1.
It was sweet, though. Like, it had a very wholesome story.
I was gonna concede anyways. I know I'm very much in the minority, and I will admit the combat.
Which one? I wasn't looking.
Kingdom Hearts 2-1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I would just know, everyone who's watching this, that was a coin toss. I think they're both pretty on par with one another. I think that's, like, what makes it so hard to choose, like, if we're going to do Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 versus Kingdom Hearts 3, is because I think Kingdom Hearts 3 is so drastically different from Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 But they're just know that we pretty much put them on the same level for this. So
yeah, that's where we're at. When it comes to Kingdom Hearts 2 and Birth by Sleep, fuck. Oh god. Okay.
This is where it gets hard, though.
You're putting my number 2 against my number 3, and my number 2 is not Kingdom Hearts 2.
Your number 2 is Birth by Sleep.
Yeah.
So here's what I'll say. I do think the story in Birth by Sleep is superior.
Yes, absolutely. That part is not questionable at all.
Much superior. You talked about the worlds being broken up in Kingdom Hearts 2 and how that you didn't really care for that. It felt more tedious. It felt more like recycled.
Yes.
How did you feel about the worlds being broken up not twice, but 3 times in Birth by Sleep?
I brought that up earlier. I said I kind of wish we could have done them like back to back to back all together. Like do the Finn part, do the Aqua part, do the Terra part, whatever.
So I think Birth by Sleep takes it for story. I think Kingdom Hearts takes it for world. Kingdom Hearts 2 takes it for world.
Let's talk about world design real quick for Birth by Sleep. I'm trying to think if there's anything impactful in world design, though.
So I actually have a list of worlds up for all of the games. So let me tell you what was in Birth by Sleep. Birth by Sleep has a Land of Departure.
Yep, which I love. I do love the Land of Departure.
Dominion. It has Sleeping Beauty's world.
Yep. It's fine.
Which was fine. It has Cinderella's castle.
Fine.
I actually like Cinderella's world. You have the Dwarf Woodlands where you have to like guide Sleeping Beauty, or not Sleeping Beauty, Snow White, which I didn't care for.
Oh yeah, that one sucked. That one sucked with fun.
Disney Town, I loved it. Disney Town, I had a lot of fun with Disney
That
Town.
ice cream minigame though lives in my nightmares. I both love and hate it at the same time.
I think of like the underground section where you have to do like platforming down there, and how bad I was at it, and how much time I spent down under there doing that. But I was like having fun, even though I was failing and struggling. I was having a lot of fun at Disney Town. The music, like, yeah. Sorry, I got jump scared. The music that plays in Disney Town, if you play Dreamlight Valley and you ever hang out with Mickey and friends, you get the same music. The MICKEYMOUSC.
Oh, I have streamer mode on that for that constantly, so I don't hear it.
Forever in my head.
Then
it's Deep Space.
Oh, real quick, back to Disney Town. Disney Town is what Winnie the Pooh should have been. I like Disney Town more than the Winnie the Pooh worlds. But that's just me. Especially Kingdom Hearts 3's Winnie the Pooh world is... But anyways, continue.
Deep Space. That's Stitch.
Yeah, Deep Space. I did love Deep Space. I will say that is probably my favorite world in Birth by Sleep.
I think I didn't like that one because for some reason, I don't remember, but in my file, I couldn't get them to level up anymore. Like, I was like, I got stuck at one point. Like, my characters wouldn't level up when I was in Deep Space, and like, I had to start a new file. So Deep Space is a little cursed for me. Keyblade Graveyard is a really good world. Like, that's the first introduction to the Keyblade Graveyard.
It's a very good in-world. I have gripes about it in other games, but I think in Birth by Sleep, it's very well done. And Vanitas, oh my god, that Vanitas fight is rough.
And then the Realm of Darkness.
The Realm of Darkness is specific to Birth by Sleep Final Mix, but it is still very important. And you only play as Aqua, and it was a good addition to Final Mix. It is one of the most interesting things they have ever done in the Kingdom Hearts game, which is one of the reasons it skirts out Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix for me.
So, but still, like, in terms of like the worlds as a whole,
the worlds
I like Kingdom Hearts 2 worlds better than Birth by Sleep. But Birth by Sleep just has the like story down so much better than Kingdom Hearts 2 does. Like, Kingdom Hearts 2 story is really interesting, and there's like a lot of questions posed, like I mentioned earlier, about like what makes a person, what makes a person not a person, right? But I mean, like, the emotional connection in Birth by Sleep is, and it sets everything up, right? It sets everything, and I love that. Like, that's why I like Skyward Sword, because it's the beginning. It's where it all starts. Like, well,
technically Union Cross is now, but I digress.
For like mainline games, like the start of like the Xehanort thing, like it's Terra getting turned, it's Aqua falling into darkness, it's Ventus like trying to be separated from Vanitas, like. It's just like it sets everything in motion. Them meeting the kids and like passing the Keyblade on to Riku, it like triggers. I don't know.
Take it a step further. Take it a step further. What you're saying about Kingdom Hearts 2 and what it means to be a person. You see what it means for all of the organization members to be people, because they are people in Birth by Sleep. Every single one of you meet Lee. You meet Breaks. What's Sigmar's name? Bragg. Yeah, I couldn't think of his name. You meet all the characters. You meet Sai. Isa. Why did I say Sai? It's Isa.
It's a really good game. And I think it's a really good companion game to Kingdom Hearts 2. Overall, I don't know, this one's so hard because like if you put it in my hand and you said which game do you want to play right now, I think I'd probably still choose Kingdom Hearts 2 just because I like the worlds better again, but Birth by Sleep's story is just so hard to beat.
Here's my thing with Kingdom Hearts 2 versus Birth by Sleep. The worlds in Kingdom Hearts 2, you are right, are 1,000% better. I do like the combat in Birth by Sleep. Combat in Kingdom Hearts 2 still takes the cake. 1,000 Heartless Challenge in Kingdom Hearts 2 still takes the cake. Oh, that's such a good fucking part of the game.
I know, it's so hard. It's such a hard choice. And like, you're right. Like, I think the story is so powerful, but as a game, if you asked me which one I wanted to play, I don't think I would want to do like the Snow White world in Birth by Sleep, and I don't think I'd want to do the Sleeping Beauty world. And so, no, but the story's so much better.
Here's my big thing. In terms of my own personal rankings, Birth by Sleep beats out Kingdom Hearts 2. However, I think overall, in an objective, not a personal opinion, an objective measure, Kingdom Hearts 2 takes the cake. I think Kingdom Hearts 2 does have better world building. It does have better combat. Its story is very fleshed out, not as impactful, but it still has a super solid story. If we're taking personal preference out of it and going by an objective standpoint, which is still subjective, but I digress, Kingdom Hearts 2. It to me, it has to be. My personal list, Kingdom Hearts 1 is number 1, Birth by Sleep is number 2, Kingdom Hearts 2 is number 3. But I know by my heart of hearts that objectively Kingdom Hearts 2 is better.
It's so, oh man.
It's close.
I'm having a hard time. I just like, but then, it's been a while since I played Kingdom Hearts 2. I remember playing Kingdom Hearts 2 the first time, and when Axel died, I was like in my bed sobbing, and my sister was like, "What the hell is wrong with you?"
Nothing. I'm fine.
Daddy, you didn't even live to begin with. It was like so. And then when Nominate in the beginning and like getting to talk to Nominate, and then like Nominate and Roxas being reabsorbed back into like Kyrie, and then Sora landing at the end and running into Kyrie and like, you're home. Like, you're right. It's Kingdom Hearts.
It's Kingdom Hearts 2. It's as much. I think both. I think you agree with me. Personally, we think Birth by Sleep is more fun, but 2. I'm sorry. Birth by Sleep is a better story game, but 2 is objectively better.
Yeah, but it's also hard to tell if like Birth by Sleep. I don't know. They're just such different experiences, right? Like because Birth by Sleep can be a pretty short game. You know, like it's not Fragmentary Passage short, but is a shorter game based on how much you put into it, how much you level up the characters. So I feel like that makes it feel like a more impactful story because the story is so, you're getting it pretty constantly because the worlds are so short, and Kingdom Hearts 2 is such a long, drawn-out game, but yeah, I think I just gotta go to Kingdom Hearts 2. I don't know.
Yeah,
Birth by Sleep, that's such a hard pick. I like the last 3. I could have done coin tosses on for them, but like.
Yeah, we're going Kingdom Hearts 2.
This is where I'm really. I don't know if we're gonna disagree on this one.
No, we absolutely are disagreeing. I know your route. I know my route. This one, it's still close like the other ones. It's not nearly as close though for me.
So. Okay, so let's just lay down our battle lines, right? Let's just draw the battle lines so everybody else knows. We know where we are. Let's draw so everybody in chat knows where I'm backing Kingdom Hearts 3.
And I'm backing Kingdom Hearts 2.
This is a weird kind of event because I was on Kingdom Hearts 2's side just a few turns ago, and you were against it.
I want you to shit all over it.
Okay, great. Let's do it. The worlds, even though I find them a little bit better than Kingdom Hearts 1, are bad. They're not fun. I don't find the world in Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 to be nearly as fun as the worlds in Kingdom Hearts 3. And the worlds in Kingdom Hearts 2 feel like worlds. they feel like places you've actually stepped into and like can freely explore and find hidden Mickeys. You can find ingredients. Like there's things to do and uncover. There's mini games. Like you talked about the charm. There's the dancing mini game. They're beautiful to look at, and like they just feel like real worlds. Whereas like I know in Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, it's like here are like 4 squares. You can tell where all the invisible boundaries are, like, and we have put them in this order, and you can have these 4 rooms that you can explore. They feel like they're just so good. I love the worlds, and like let's go through the worlds in Kingdom Hearts 3 real quick because we went through the ones in 1 and 2. Let's go through 3 real quick.
Yep.
So you start with Olympus, which is the best Olympus Coliseum in the series, right? Like, it's actually a world now. It's not some place you go to and there's, like, a one little arena where you fight.
Kingdom Hearts 2 has a world. It's not very big.
You're right, I forgot about the Underworld.
Yeah.
I still like this one better. Getting to, like, Donald and Goofy getting to do, like, we'll go to the combat later. But yeah. Olympus Coliseum, I loved Toy Box. I loved the Toy Story worlds.
Yep. Can agree there.
Traveling the big toy shop, like, going down like the like slides to get back up and down. I liked Rapunzel flying on Rapunzel's hair, the different like enemies. Monstropolis was cool. Arendelle was bad. We all agree Arendelle was bad.
Yeah, Arendelle, it's up the mountain, down the mountain, up the mountain, down the mountain. Find the pieces of the snowman. No one, and Snowball being a companion was kind of weird. Not gonna lie.
I agree. But let's also not forget that Arendelle gave us the best meme of all time, which is Goofy being like, "We should be safe here."
Goofy and Donald. There's videos of both, and my brother brings them up constantly.
They're really good. Then you go to the Caribbean, which compared just like the Caribbean from Kingdom Hearts 2 to Kingdom Hearts 3, like it is crazy different. First of all, you don't look incredibly out of place with Jack Sparrow. You look real good. I feel like you've forgotten how good you look, so I'm gonna share this photo with you.
I remember how good you look. Don't worry, I remember.
Look
let me pull it up. This is my favorite world in Kingdom Hearts 3. It's tied. I won't even lie. Where is it? Oh, there we go.
I just posted
it. Nope, that's you. There we go. There it is. That's it for you guys to see.
It's so like it's beautiful. Look at that. The way that like 2 different is like they made you look so good, and like they made it like just comparing that between, and I guess like Kingdom Hearts 2 does get like the comedic effect of being like these 2 art styles are so juxtaposing that it's
Goofy next
so
to Orlando
odd.
Bloom lives rent free in my head every day.
But like, bro, it looks so good, and it's such a good world. Like being able to go from island to island and like kind of like this mini open world of like collect these things, like explore, like so pretty, so fun. San Francisco, one of my least favorite worlds in the whole game, but even that one was still good.
I remember liking San Francisco. I
liked the mini games that each of the world has. I liked
Remy's egg breaking mini game.
Really hard. It's really good.
It took me so long to get that platinum because of that specific mini game.
That's the thing. Each world has like different mini games. Like the Toy Box has the Verum Rex mini game. The Kingdom of Corona has a dancing mini game. Like the San Francisco has like the flan. Like each world has like I guess the Kingdom Hearts 2 has the mushrooms too that you do. Although those mushrooms were so much worse than anything 3 threw at me.
They're significantly harder. Yes.
The Scarlet Egg Kylum, like holy shit, Scarlet Egg Kylum, like what? That world is so like it's beautiful. Like it's just like so interesting. Like the final boss fight where the world is like turning on itself, like. The whole concept of this used to be a world of people and now they're all gone, and like this is where it started and this is where it's coming back to. Like I don't know, man, like it's so hard to be like Kingdom Hearts 2 and Kingdom Hearts 1 both get like these are really fun stories and they're such classic games, but like the gameplay and the worlds in Kingdom Hearts 3 just wiped the floor with Kingdom Hearts 2 in my opinion.
I have some agreeances and some major disagreements in that. Let's talk about combat first. I think they're a wash. The only reason I think they're a wash, standard combat in Kingdom Hearts 3 is fantastic. However, the rides, the attraction moves suck. They were a pain, and I'd accidentally activate them when I didn't want to. When I was trying to do something else, they would get in the way. It's hard to get out of them. They weren't a good time. I did not enjoy them.
Okay, so staying on the combat, talking about the attractions. I didn't mind the attractions. But like the Donald Flare and like the Goofy Shield, like those were so fun.
You had variations of that in Kingdom Hearts. They're a lot lesser, but you had variations of that in Kingdom Hearts too.
Not to the same extent.
Yeah, but also Kingdom Hearts 3 has Keyblade transformations, which are cool and good in theory. They're not as good as forms.
I completely disagree. I did not care for the form system.
I love the forms.
Oh, like you talk when we were doing Kingdom Hearts 1 versus Kingdom Hearts 2, you were talking about how the combat in Kingdom Hearts 2 is better. I hate the forms. I hate that you have to level them up individually. I hated having to get the drive to a certain amount to be able to use the form, and then there's the chance you're going to get the anti-form, and then like
there's a chance you get anti-form in Kingdom Hearts 3 if you're low HP.
Oh, cool! Like that's just. The Keyblade forms in Kingdom Hearts 3 are so fun. I feel so powerful when I get them. When I got the drives in Kingdom Hearts 2, I did not feel that powerful. Like, especially in the Wisdom form, I had like a little pew 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 pew.
Wisdom form gave you one of the best abilities in the game when you leveled it up, though. Quick Run was broken. Quick Run was incredibly broken.
Like it as a combat form.
Oh, as a combat form, yes, but Valor form.
I found the Keyblade common, especially like if you want to bring the DLC into it, like the different Keyblade forms that you get for the character combinations, like getting Kairi and Sora, like their Keyblade form, like the final battle Keyblade form for Sora, like they're so like the designs are so cool. Like the Keyblade, I don't know, the designs just like blow it out of like I felt more powerful in terms of combat, but then just like the design of it all, like it just felt so cool.
Here's my rebuttal, and why actually the DLC puts it in a little bit of a hindrance. Yeah, you had the cool combinations of like Sora and Kairi doing this thing together, Sora and Roxas, Sora and whoever in the fights. But why did I have to do the same fights again that were in the base game? Why was that part of the DLC? A good chunk of it. Yeah, the DLC had its own set of unique fights and set of unique, like going through that area where Sora is technically a ghost and finding the pieces of Kairi and Skyla, whatever it's called. I can't think of the name right now. Yeah, that place. But why was a good, significant chunk of it doing the same fights again? And I did.
Like that's just like an exclude. I feel like that's just a Kingdom Hearts thing, though.
It was not worth it. I understood the whole purpose of that was Sora was breaking the rules and with the power of awakening and reversing time to make sure that Terra doesn't kill everybody. But at the same time, it was too much.
Are you talking about the end of the game, not the DLC?
That's in the DLC too. You have to refight the fights in the DLC. That you do at the end of the game. About
reversing time.
Right. But that's the reason the DLC exists and why Sora's gone. So you have to fight the fights. You reverse time in the main game. You defeat Terra.
You have to go through the different levels to like get your friends' hearts back out because Terra killed everyone.
Right. And that's the end of Kingdom Hearts base. Kingdom Hearts 3 base. Kingdom Hearts 3 DLC says, all right, Sora, you did the Power of Awakening. Now you have to pay the ultimate price. So sorry. And then you have to go through those same fights of Sora, Xion, and Roxas versus these people as you had to go through whenever you were playing base game. Why did I have to go through every single one of those games
in the DLC? And I got very confused.
No. A lot of that was repetition. I think it was good. We had it to explain why Sora disappeared because Sora just disappearing at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3 with no explanation was like, what the hell is going on? But we had a good explanation as to why.
Okay, so how do you feel about the world in general and compared to 2 and 3? Because for me, it's a clean sweep.
Oh yeah, when it comes if we're talking worlds alone, then Kingdom Hearts 3 takes it. There's no question there. With the exception of Arendelle, which is not great. Not every world in Kingdom Hearts 2 sweeps Arendelle.
Can I tell you a secret, though?
Huh?
Can I tell you a secret, though?
Oh, God, here we go.
The Arendelle world, for me, I don't like it. I'll be clear. I don't think it's a good world. But to me, it is the Kingdom Hearts 1, Kingdom Hearts 2 version of that world. Like, you are playing through the storyline, you going from point A to point B, point A to point B, like, it feels like that to me. Like if you look at, like, for example, like the Land of Dragons in Mulan, wasn't there like 3 areas and you kind of just like kept going back and forth? Now we have to go back to the castle. Well, now we like the training grounds, and like, it felt like
I'm agreeing with you that the worlds in Kingdom Hearts 3 are the best. There's no denying that. Toy Box is fun. Toy Box. I have a tied in favorite worlds between Toy Box, Pirates of the Caribbean, Skylight Asylum. They're all really good.
Good.
Here's
Olympus.
Here's my problem with a lot of Kingdom Hearts 3. Back to what I was saying. I mean, if we go back to combat first, we've already discussed. I like forms more than I like Keyblade transformations. You prefer the other way around. I don't like the attraction moves. You're fine with them. I do like that Kingdom Hearts 3 finally lets you have your entire team instead of having to swap out party members.
I completely forgot about that. Add that to the list.
That's just fine for me, though. Once again, that's just an okay thing. Your party didn't really do that much. I felt like your party somehow did less in Kingdom Hearts 3 than they did in the other games.
Wild, because you get like so many more of like the specialized moves with like Donald and Goofy.
Specialized moves are one thing. I'm talking about what they did without specialized moves.
Just like but they did the same thing. Like, I can't imagine they like did that any differently between 2 and 3 to be like, how much does your party member fight other? I feel like that. I'm gonna call you out. I feel like that is a mental thing that you have decided. I don't think that's gonna hold up to scrutiny if you looked at the way.
That's fine. That's fine.
You also have an entire new party member. Like, you don't just have to stuff them in your back pocket and be like, yeah, Tarzan was here. Of course he was here.
I didn't put him away just so I can do this Blue Trinity right outside the game. Oh my god. Anywho. When it comes to combat, I think, like I said, I think it's a wash. To me, the combat I like them both pretty equally. Fine. Worlds in Kingdom Hearts 3 are better.
Okay, so what is pulling Kingdom Hearts ahead to? What is pulling Kingdom Hearts 2 ahead for you? Because for me, we've agreed Kingdom Hearts 3 has the better worlds, which...
Yeah, I haven't gotten there yet.
No, sorry, I'm just laying it all out. So, frankly, for me, the better worlds makes the better game, because that's like the vast majority of the game, but whatever. Kingdom Hearts 3 has the better world. You said combat's a wash. Graphically, you have to give it to Kingdom Hearts 3.
Okay, I don't think you can compare graphics from a game from 2006 to a game from 2019.
Doesn't change, but still graphically, what you're saying, then what you have left is essentially story.
Yes. Yeah. Kingdom Hearts 3 story was just fine. I didn't feel, other than that Terra bit at the end, I didn't feel that much of an impact. Other than Sora disappearing, I didn't feel that much of an impact. When it comes to things like secret bosses, they weren't interesting. They weren't fun. The gates were not interesting and not fun. I guess that's combat and not story, but I digress. The worlds had some decent stories, but the overarching story of Kingdom Hearts 2, and like you said, you're killing people. What does it mean to be alive? All that. I didn't feel like the end of Kingdom Hearts 3 was a great ending overall. I think it was fine. I don't think it was bad, but that's it. I think it was just fine. It wasn't good. It wasn't bad. Kingdom Hearts 2's ending is so good. It is so incredible. The fight against Xemnas is incredible. The fight against all the organization members in the world that never was is incredible. Sure, you fight them again in the Keyblade Graveyard, but even then, it feels like everything that happened in Kingdom Hearts 2 up to that point with defeating them all meant nothing because they're already back somehow with barely
but that's like the same argument from 1 versus 2, right? That's just like a Kingdom Hearts thing. Like, the people you kill are just going to come back in. You're going to have to kill them again.
Which is fair. That's fair. But
Maleficent, whoever.
The story is so much more impactful in 2.
So intensely. Like, I liked what Kingdom Hearts 2 posed with the who's a person, who's not a person. But, like, the Xehanort or the Xemnas fight at the end of Kingdom Hearts 2 does not feel nearly as impactful to me as, like, Terra defined. Like, the moment I learned Terra was the Guardian, holy shit. Like, that moment alone of him, like, ripping the tape off his mouth and saying, like, slowly, like, starting to learn to breathe again and saying, like, I will come back and I will set things right. And you're like, holy shit, it's Terra. It's Terra. It's been Terra the whole time. And it, like, reframes how you viewed all of those fights.
That's one moment to me.
Back. Like, getting Ventus back. Going to the realm of darkness and having to fight Aqua. And, like, her being, like, coming back out and being like, wait, this is the Destiny Islands. When did the Destiny Islands fall to darkness? And you're like, didn't fall to darkness, Aqua. You're in the realm of light. And Aqua breaks down sobbing. There's just so much, like, Sora disappearing at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3. Another just, like, there were just so many moments that, like, blew me away. It kind of, like, it's almost in comparison, like, when we were talking about, like, Tears of the Kingdom. The, like, maybe the overarching story in the middle kind of faded here and there. Mm-hmm. But, like, the moments at the beginning and the end were just, like, what? Like, what?
The most impactful things.
With, like, the Xemnas fight at the end. Like, Riku and Sora fighting Xemnas at the end. It was cool. The combat-wise, they were fun fights. But, like, story and emotion-wise, they did not have the impact for me that, like...
You look at me. I want you to look at me and tell me Kairi looking at Sora, holding her hand out saying, "You're home," didn't bring you the tears.
It brought me the tears, but it did not bring me the tears the same level as everyone on Destiny Island, like, building sandcastles and, like, being friends and having this happy ending, and then slowly panning over to Kairi and Sora sitting on their palm tree staring out at the sunset, and then Sora slowly fading away and realizing he was never there to begin with. Oh, the moment in the Keyblade Graveyard? First of all, Donald revealing his ultimate power, like, just killing it. Okay, crazy. And then, Terra showing up, killing everyone, also bananas. And then the moment Sora is, like, about to give up and Riku jumps in front of him, and then all of the Keyblades rise from the Keyblade Graveyard and start fighting the darkness, and, like, it made me sad I didn't play the mobile game, because it, like, you had to physically send out
be on there.
Keyblade, and they were named after the people who played the games. Like, the players who were fighting against the darkness, like, all of the Keyblades of the ghosts of Keyblade Masters who had all died in this terrible war, like, fighting for the Keyblade, the Keyblade, all rising up and, like, summoning their power. Like, oh my gosh, it was such a powerful moment. Like, Master Eric is coming back, and, like, him and like, Xehanort, like, walking off into, like, the afterlife together, like, finally free of this internal conflict they've had. Terra holding Sora, like, Terra looking at Aqua and being like, "You never stopped guiding my way home." There were so many, like, yes, Kingdom Hearts 2 had a few of those moments where it brought me to tears, but I feel like Kingdom Hearts 3 hit me, bam, 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 bam.
I adore Kingdom Hearts 3. It did not hit me the same way. There are only two big moments. Three. I'll say three. Bringing Ventus back did not hit me as much as it should have. That was underwhelming for me. Okay. The whole Terra reveal, you're correct, is one of the most... That was one of the coolest things that ever happened. Like, the most mind-blowing things. Agreed there. Sora disappearing. Huge. And Aqua coming back is the other, like, it is big. It's not as big, but it is big. Other than that, I didn't feel it.
Okay, wait. Can you name 3 moments in Kingdom Hearts 2 that had that level of emotional, like, because you named the one at the end where, like, she's like, "You're home," which is it's like, oh, like, yeah, that does make me tear up a bit. But can you name 3 full moments in Kingdom Hearts 2 that hit you the way those 3 moments in Kingdom Hearts 3 did?
Absolutely. Axel dying, "You're home," and then the whole Roxas fight. You make a good other. Those are 3 right there. I can name more.
You're bananas. You're bananas. I love Axel. I'm an Axel stan, but, like, Axel dying and Roxas saying, like, "You make a good other," is not on the level of, like, pulling
that whole Roxas fight is one of the. It was, oh my god, it tugged at my heartstrings. Okay, we're not going to agree on this. I think we've come to the conclusion we're not going to agree on this, and so therefore, we have to coin flip it.
3's a better game.
You're not going to convince me. You're not going to. Kingdom Hearts 3 is my 4th favorite game on the list. It is my 4th.
But we've agreed it has the best. It has the best worlds. It has some of the best gameplay. Like,
but the story's not there. And
you even admitted it was there. You said those.
I said some. I said some. I didn't say. Once again, like, Kingdom Hearts 3 is not a bad ending. It's just fine to me. It did not hit me like it hit you. It didn't. And also, objective standpoint, you got to remember, it didn't hit most people. Like, most people do not like the ending of Kingdom Hearts 3.
That's like, I don't know. It's just bananas to me that we just named 3 like of the biggest moments in the Kingdom Hearts series that like had the biggest oh shit of any moment. You're like, it's not on par with Axel fading away for like a hot minute. Like, it's not.
Once again, like, I named 3. You asked me to name 3. I mean, I could go on, but I'm not. Yeah.
I don't know. That's
all right. Heads for
coming back. The Keyblades rising up in the end.
Look. All right, we're gonna coin flip it, right? Because I don't think we're gonna convince one another. You don't look happy that you can't sway me.
I can't believe you conceded Kingdom Hearts 2 to Kingdom Hearts 1, but you didn't concede
because I think objectively Kingdom Hearts 2 is better than Kingdom Hearts 3. Personally, I think it is. Once again, I adored Kingdom Hearts 3 through and through, and I took a whole week off work to play it, and I did all these things. I had so much fun with it. I did not get the same level of joy as I did from Kingdom Hearts 2. I can't honestly say that. and I think a part of it, a part of it might be nostalgia for me because I've been here since 2002. I've been here since the beginning, and I played every single game on release. Well, Kingdom Hearts 1 was a couple of months later, but I digress. That doesn't matter. Like, I've been around for so long in the Bend, and so I think a big part of it might be nostalgia for me. But that's just the way I see it. I wish it hit me as hard as it did. Kingdom Hearts 3 didn't even hit me as hard as Birth by Sleep did. Story-wise.
Like, finding it, like, I don't know, that, like, Kingdom Hearts 3, like, there's a lot, and, like, again...
I don't think your opinion's bad. I don't think it's wrong either.
I don't think Kingdom Hearts 3 would not be as good as it is if the stories into Birth by Sleep and 1 had not been the way they were. Like... like Avengers would not have been as good of a movie as it was if Iron Man, Captain America, and all those movies before didn't exist, right? Like, it's a build up to something in the payoff. And if I had loved Birth by Sleep, the payoff of finding out Terra was the Guardian the whole time, and like all these things, they wouldn't feel as good as they feel, right? Because these games had to build that up, and they had to make you care about those characters to begin with to make it like feel like I just. Like, if you looked me in the eye and you were like, like that, where were you when the 9/11 happened? If you're like, where were you when you found out that Terra was the Guardian the whole time? I was like, I was sitting on my couch in my living room. I had this friend on my left, like, I had this person over there. We screamed, like somebody was crying, like the moment all the Keyblades rise, just like I cried so much through the last 7 hours of that game, which was basically cutscenes.
It was a lot of cutscenes.
It was a lot of cutscenes because there was so much story to every storyline that we started had to be wrapped up. Like there was and maybe in the end that made it too much because you were just being had so much story that it you started to get numb to it maybe, but I don't know, the wrapping up of every storyline, the making of, I don't know. There was just so much in that.
Just real quick on one more downside, I will say, and it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. It was the worst Winnie the Pooh world out of all of them. I honestly, and this is not even me loving Kingdom Hearts 1 more than the rest, I think Kingdom Hearts 1 Winnie the Pooh is the best one. And that's not even
it's the most fleshed out one.
There's so much to do in it. For some reason, there was so much to do it. Where Kingdom Hearts 2 is still some things to do. Kingdom Hearts 3, there is nothing to do, except for hit a bunch of vegetables, add other vegetables 3 times.
Very true, but flip the coin. They do have the best Olympus Coliseum with a shit ton to do.
There were parts of it drove me nuts, though. The shield surfing got annoying after a while.
The shield surfing was so much. There's like a timed section for like doing the shield surfing, getting all these things. It's so much fun. Like the flan, like the little flan challenges in each of the worlds. The collecting of like the 5 Hercules trophies.
Who's the best secret boss in Kingdom Hearts?
I don't even know if I can name all the secret bosses in
You don't have to all the ones you played, all the ones that matter. There's only 3 that matter.
I think I would give it to why can't I think of the official name they gave Terra in Kingdom Hearts 2?
Lingering Will?
Yeah, the Lingering Will. Mostly just because like A, it's really hard. But B, it also is like this really like kind of sneak peek of the story you don't quite understand yet, right?
Yeah.
Because you haven't played Birth by Sleep yet, and you were like, what are you? I'm like,
you know,
what are you doing here,
you know what sucks about that? You know what sucks about that? Being an American and starting from the beginning is we didn't get final mixes until the re-releases. So we got Birth by Sleep before we got Kingdom Hearts 2 final mix. So we didn't have Lingering Will in vanilla Kingdom Hearts 2. So yeah, not only did we didn't have that, so like going into it, like, oh, that's just Terra. Where I'm sure all the kids in Japan who got final mix first were like, what? Oh!
Well, like I played, so I didn't know a lot of stories. So like I played Kingdom Hearts 2 before I played Birth by Sleep because that's the order my friend had me play them in. So like I got to that point, I was like,
you played Final Mix. That's the difference. You played Final Mix. I didn't have. Yeah. Because you played on PS4.
What are we doing here? Why do you seem to have Keyblade? What's going on? What's this weird armor you got? Oh, you've got a ship. You've got a really big gun, dude. Like, that's a really big
Lingering
gun.
Will is the best secret boss. The only reason Sephiroth in Kingdom Hearts 1 comes close is because it threw me so off guard as a child. As little 10-year-old me fighting Sephiroth in Kingdom Hearts 1 was like, what is that? I didn't know who Sephiroth was. I was like, that's a big-ass sword. What is going on?
Actually, let's go back to the Kingdom Hearts 2 versus Kingdom Hearts 3 because you brought up a point that you didn't mention, but I feel like it's going to be another I feel like this is going to be another like, yes, this is why I think Kingdom Hearts 2 is better. And I'm going to be like, yeah, this is why Kingdom Hearts 3 was better.
Oh god.
No Final Fantasy characters in Kingdom Hearts 3.
Not true. If we're including DLC, yes there were.
Yeah, but like they were like showed briefly at the very end. I wouldn't say like they were part of the story the way they're also like
you have to remember the whole purpose of Kingdom Hearts existing, and if you take that part out and you keep a half in but don't keep in the other half, the whole purpose was it was an elevator pitch saying, hey, what if we create a game with our Final Fantasy characters and your Disney characters? If you take out a half of that, whether you like it or not, it is a part of the Kingdom Hearts identity, and they took that identity away. I wasn't going to bring it up because of
I don't agree with that, though. So, okay, so here's what I'll say. I think you're right. I think it was part of the identity when it was created, right? Like, you had the Final Fantasy characters, and you had the Disney characters, right? That was what they created. But they kind of fused together, and they made all of these original characters, like, you have Sora, Kairi, Riku, Roxas, Axel, Xion, Naminé, like, Aqua, Terra, Ventus. Like, you have, like, 10 characters right off the bat that, like, you have to focus on and deal with in their original characters that I feel like they had so much Final Fantasy in the starting games because they didn't have their own characters to lean on. So they had to lean on characters from another, like, series to, like, basically get people interested in the series and have, like, other things to add to the story. But by the time they got to Kingdom Hearts 3, you had 10 mainline characters, not including, you know, the villains that you're adding in, not including the Disney characters you're throwing in, not including, like, you know, all these, like, side characters that you had to focus on. Like, 20 if you want to throw in the side people, more so even. But, like, I feel like Kingdom Hearts finally had reached the point whereas it was its own recognizable series with its own characters, and it didn't have to rely on having, like,
I'm about to break your heart.
What?
Every single member of the organization plus other original Kingdom Hearts characters are based off Final Fantasy characters from Final Fantasy VII.
Right, but, like, every character in every game and every book and every piece of media that exists and every character that is created is inspired by another character.
No, it's not. So it's not an inspiration. It's looks and characteristics because Nomura. So Nomura backstory. Real quick, Nomura wasn't the story writer for Final Fantasy VII. He is doing it for the remakes, but he wasn't for the original Final Fantasy VII. He was the character designer and helped with some of the character development side of things, like the character, some of the character storylines and personalities. So he's like, okay, I couldn't write a story about these characters, but I want to use these characters. So he created his own version of those characters, which they look the same. If you look at Axel and his counterpart from Rebirth for Final Fantasy VII, sorry,
they're not the same character. Like,
but they when you look at not from a are they the same character from a personality, they're the same personality and the same looks.
Right, it's like similar to the way Fifty Shades of Grey is Twilight fanfiction. Like Anastasia Steele is meant to be Bella Swan, but they're not the same characters. They don't have the same storylines. They don't have they're not one is based off the other, but
this is points in your favors though, because if you use that, I mean, yeah, there technically is still Final Fantasy characters in Kingdom Hearts 3.
I guess you could go off of that. For me, still though, personally, again, there could be the same Axel character, but he's not Axel. He doesn't go through the same things. He doesn't make the same choices because he doesn't go through. It's the choices that we make in our life and the things that we go through that ultimately help make us who we are. And so, I do maybe it is being based on the Final Fantasy characters, but I also think their characters. People were so invested in the characters of Kingdom Hearts.
But you can use the same argument then for the Kingdom Hearts character, the Final Fantasy characters in Kingdom Hearts, because they're not making the same decisions. Leon's not making the same decisions that Squall from Final Fantasy VIII made. Cloud from
Kingdom Hearts. I thought that was understood. Zack, what's his name? Zack gets turned into a feather in Olympus Coliseum. Is that canon to the?
Spoiler for Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core. No, Zack just straight up dies. Unless we're talking about the remakes.
That, what the Final Fantasy characters were doing in Kingdom Hearts was having any impact on the Final Fantasy games themselves.
Right. They weren't supposed to, but using that argument that, okay, well, they're not those characters. You can use the same with the Final Fantasy characters that already exist.
I mean, honestly, at that point, if you put Zack inside of Birth by Sleep, he turns into a feather, and then you put him inside of Final Fantasy and he dies. They're different people. They've lived different lives. They're making different choices. It's the different parallel universe, whatever you want to call it.
The only thing, and we have to call it soon because we've gone way over time.
We have to. My point being that I think Kingdom Hearts evolved to be its own thing, and it didn't need to have Squall in the background or Tifa or Cloud to have people invested in it and interested in it, and I don't feel like they would have added anything significant to the story.
I think they're more of an enjoyment factor. They were an enjoyment factor for me. I really like them. I will also say this: Yuzura technically is a Final Fantasy character, kind of. He's a scrapped Final Fantasy character. Weirdly, here's your backstory for that. Nomura was in charge of Final Fantasy Versus 13, which is now Final Fantasy 15. They said, you're fired from that. Go work on your little Kingdom Hearts game or Final Fantasy VII Remake. And they scrapped Yuzura. And that's why he put him in Kingdom Hearts 3 as a big middle finger to Square Enix, even though he still works for them. So technically, there's a Final Fantasy character in there, but not really. It's complicated.
So you win. You get your Final Fantasy character.
Kinda.
I don't think having Squall in the background, I think if anything, there was already so much happening in Kingdom Hearts 3. We just talked about how many cutscenes were at the end, right? How long that was. I can't imagine adding more people into the mix to be either they wouldn't have done anything significant to keep the game the way it was, or they would have had to have significant storylines to make them worth having, at which point there would have been way more added, and that would have felt unnecessary.
So here's what we're going to do. We're not even going to coin flip it. We're going to call it, because this is scientific, and we're going to say equally, and you're not going to like this, but I'm going to say it because we've gone overtime. Equally, Kingdom Hearts 2 and Kingdom Hearts 3 are both the best Kingdom Hearts games based off our scientific formula that is scientifically proven and backed by Tetsuya Nomura himself. I got off the phone with him a couple hours ago, and he said that this is the correct scientific method for us to use. Kingdom Hearts 2 and Kingdom Hearts 3 are tied for best Kingdom Hearts games. Okay, so I have to
ask you this though before we go. We don't even have time for after party. Let's just before we go. Do you wish Kingdom Hearts 1 was, if you had to make a final 2 right now, what would your personal final 2 be?
Okay, if we're talking my personal final 2,
And what would be your number one?
Okay, it would be a tie between Kingdom Hearts 1 and Birth by Sleep, or Kingdom Hearts 1 versus Kingdom Hearts 2. Kingdom Hearts 1 wins either time, but I think Kingdom Hearts 1 versus Kingdom Hearts 2 and Kingdom Hearts 1 versus Birth by Sleep are what I would have preferred. But given that 2 and Birth by Sleep were on the same side as 1, yeah, there we are.
Mine would probably be like this. My top 4 would still be 1, 2, 3, Birth by Sleep. My top 2 would probably still be 2 and 3, and I would probably still give it to 3 at the end of the day.
No, you remember we gave it to a tie.
We gave it to a tie.
Yes.
Well, me personally, I would give it to 3.
Yeah. I think we're both wrong, and I think the Kingdom Hearts experience is the top thing. And no, I'm just kidding. Just ignore me. Yeah, we've gone way over time.
Memory, man. Throw it on there.
I'm not even gonna do it. We've gone way over time. But so I guess no after party. But let's do a 2-minute after party real quick, because I do want to see if anybody in chat has anything to add to the discussion. Give them a chance. Before we go, remember, follow us on Twitch. She streams once every 30 years.
I'm starting again, man. I just streamed recently.
She did.
I'm gonna stream hopefully again soon. I was gonna stream this weekend. There's a lot happening in the next couple weeks for me, but I will be streaming.
Life is crazy. You can catch me at twitch.tv/thebeardedblake show. You can catch her at twitch.tv/emilyjean33. Also, please remember that we have our 1-year celebration this Saturday. So if you're watching this on YouTube, it's tomorrow, July 12th? 13th? 13th. July 13th. July 13th, 1-year anniversary. We're going to be playing for a couple hours. And answering questions and being goofy. I think we said we're gonna do it. I think we said we're gonna do a tier list there too.
Yeah. If you have tier list ideas, things you want to see us fight about, we like to fight about a lot of things. So
I will link the form in the comments. If you fill out that form, you can ask us any question. Also, there's a section for you to put in a topic you would like to see. So make sure you fill that out, please. It lets us know what you guys are looking for. On that note, we're going to do a 2-minute after party. Co-op 64, if I've convinced you to watch this, please come on here, debate with us, Nick and Emily versus me and Connor on why Kingdom Hearts 1 is the better game. Thank you. That's all we have.
That's like me getting shit on a lot for liking Kingdom Hearts 3.
No. I don't think they will. A lot of people, I think Kingdom Hearts 3 is very weirdly split versus love and hate.
People just have bad taste.
All right. On that note, before Emily gets herself canceled, I will see you guys next time. So Emily will be back this Saturday. Bye, everyone. Bye. Have a wonderful time. Goodbye.